Hey guys, welcome back. Today I bought myself a bench power supply. It's just a 30 volt, 10 amp bench power supply. Something I needed for the workshop here for a little while, so figured I'd buy one and show you guys what it's all about. As I find out what it's all about at the same time. So this can be very useful for powering anything you're trying to fix. You've got a little anything that needs batteries. Let's say you've got it torn apart, you're trying to fix it, and you want to inject that 5 volts or 12 volts into it that you can't really use the battery power because it's all torn apart, but you can use this for things like that or many other uses. So it's Jesverty DC power supply. It's got some of the features listed here and some dimensions, things like that, but you know what, let's open this up and see what we've got. I'll just grab myself a little blade. Good thing I'm not doing surgery on anybody. That was a inaccurate cut. All right. So this off to the side, we've got a power supply user manual. We've got how to adjustable current without load. Okay. We've got the cables that come with this, the power cable and the leads. And then, last but not least, we have the unit itself. Just slide that out of the packaging. All right, so here's the unit. Let's remove our plastic cover on there and see what we've got here. So obviously, power button. Okay, push style there. We've got some, I don't know if you call them feather touch buttons, but just regular push buttons there. Our adjustments. Adjustments feel pretty good, actually. They don't feel like it's not just a pot that's goes only so far. It's an actual, almost, I don't know if you call it infinite adjustment, but you can turn it as much as you want one way or the other, and it feels decent quality. Then we've got our places to connect our leads here. Now what I like about these is you can connect the leads. They've got the little banana clips that plug in, but also you can loosen the little nut there, and you can wrap a bare wire around that if that's what you have, and it'll tighten down. So we got positive, negative ground, pretty straightforward. USB-C and USB-A charging. Output. So one of the reasons I bought this one, and I like that about this, is you can control when the output is on. So basically, if you power it up, and we'll show you in a few minutes here, you've got a readout of, let's say, 5 volts. It's not automatically going to put it out to the 5 volts out to whatever you're working on. You can control it by turning on and off the output when you actually want it to turn on. Okay, but yeah, let's get this all plugged in and check out how it works. Okay, so I've got it set up here. It's all plugged in, ready to go. Got a couple little things we can test to put some power to. So let's turn it on. Very nice display, nice and bright. Okay, so let's put some voltage on it. So we've got coarse adjustment here. So it'll do the volts, and then we can do the fine adjustment up to 1/100ths of a volt. So that's pretty good there. You can dial it in pretty accurately. Let's put it on about 5 volts. Let's give it a few hundred milliamps of current, maybe half an amp there. And you can see it's displaying off right now, so it's not going to be putting out any current to the leads here, which again, this is one of the features I was really looking for. So we can hook it up to our project and then, you know, kind of stand back and be ready for explosions as you turn it on. So we've got that hooked up now. Let's turn it on. So you can see it's putting out the 5 volts. No amps because I haven't turned anything on yet. And we just have this little test board here, just a little electronic doorbell or something like that. The old junk box. There you go. It works. The doorbell works. Let's turn that up to about 8 volts and see what happens. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so you can see it does work on, you know, various levels there. Let's put our fan, something that's going to take a little bit more amperage, and see what happens there. It's got a little tiny DC motor here. Put that on about 9 volts. I'll turn this up to about 1 amp. And turn our power supply or output off. Hook up our leads. Okay, and we're ready to go. Let's see what happens. All right. As expected, it works. It's set on the 1 amp, using about 1.5 watts. I like how it shows the power output as well. I'm not quite sure what this is going on here. I'll have to research that and find out what this number means, because I mean, with it off, right, it's displaying the voltage that you're outputting to it. But why it changes to 1 point something and seems to vary as you go, is that the actual amperage it's drawing out, or is that something to do with, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But this looks like it's going to be a great new addition to the shop here. You know, just for giggles, let's turn that up to 12 volts and see what happens. Not much. Turn it down. That's weird, it didn't change. Why is that not changing? 1 volt. Okay, this must be a pretty sensitive motor. It's down to 1 volt now. Let's change that all the way down to just a couple hundred milliamps and see what happens. So it looks like it's more about the amperage with this motor. Seems to run at a pretty set speed. Depending on no matter which voltage you've got, but the amperage really governs whether it takes off or not. Cool. Anyway, that's junk. That's just stuff to test it out with. But this is actually a pretty good addition to my arsenal here. Found it on Amazon. I think it was about 90 bucks. And it's going to be very well used. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. As I was plugging it in, I noticed on the back, it does have a switch for 115 volt or 230 volt inputs. So it's good in a few countries at least. Cooling fan in the back. Once it, I'm sure it'll kick in once it gets some amperage, real amperage going through it, but we haven't heard it yet. But overall, first impressions are pretty good. I really like this little thing, and hopefully get some good use out of it. All right, so that's about it for this one. Next video, we'll try to get into maybe something a little bit different, because I'd like to fix all kinds of stuff, whether it's cars, electronics, doing woodworking, fixing dinner, anything. You never know what you'll see on this channel, and that's kind of what it's all about, is we can get in there and learn how to fix all kinds of things and help each other out in the process. Because I'm sure there's lots of stuff that I can learn from you guys out there, and vice versa. So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and hit subscribe, and we can figure some stuff out together, because you never know what we'll be up to, or we'll be trying to fix. All right, so until next time, folks, take care out there. And next time you have something that needs to be fixed, say to yourself, I don't have to throw it away. I don't have to buy a new one. Let's fix that.